Let's then have a question from Assemblymember Twycross. Have you got an answer for her question on universal credit?
Yeah.
It's number 3017.
Yes, the principal risk that we've identified seems to be to do with, all benefit transitions from one regime to another are accompanied by uncertainty and sophistication. You see it whenever it takes place. There is always confusion, and it is very difficult. It's very, very important to try to explain what's going on and to make sure that people understand it. This scheme won't actually come into effect, as I understand, until October next year. There are a great deal of trials. There are lots of trials going on. The biggest risk that we've identified so far is that the claimants won't have the expertise to do it properly online. And as I understand the system, it will be very largely done online. And a great deal of work now is being done to make sure that households, claimants, do have access to the right way of getting this benefit. But I'm not going to pretend to you now that the thing is going to be without teething problems.
I think that you're right that one of the issues will be people accessing the service online. Quite a lot of people who have the lowest incomes obviously don't actually have access to the internet, so it's a serious flaw and one that I hope you address. A particular issue that's come through in research looking into how the single payments will work in practice and direct payments to housing allowance recipients of the money going direct to the recipients rather than to the landlord. It's shown that those going into arrears has more than doubled. Are you concerned about the likelihood of increased rent arrears amongst London's tenants because of the universal credit proposal? And if so, what action do you intend to take to prevent this problem from arising?
Obviously, I'm concerned about any adverse impact of any kind on Londoners, let alone rent arrears. We are following what is going on, but what I can tell you is that we're aware of a significant number of pilot projects run by the DWP to make sure that the transition is smooth, and they're taking place in Lewisham, in Southwark, and elsewhere. But Fiona, I'd be misleading you if I said that that we can iron the thing out here and now and make sure that nobody suffers. Probably the best thing that we can do is for us all to publicise what is happening, because when people understand it, I think a lot of the fear and anxiety may go away, and so the more explanation we can bring, the more publicity we can bring to this changeover, the better.
Yeah, I think the arrears issue is going to have severe implications, obviously, for people who fall into arrears and the implications for them personally. But there's also evidence that the single payment system could lead to increased borrowing costs for housing associations.
Yeah.
Obviously, this would have implications for social and affordable house building in London, and obviously Tom mentioned the issue of affordable house building. It's already an issue. Will you write to the government seeking reassurance that the contingency measures being put in place to prevent this problem from arising, specifically around the borrowing costs and the implications for housing associations who we desperately need to be coming up with more affordable housing in London?
Yes, I suppose your argument would be that the borrowing costs of housing associations might be affected.
They fall into negative.
They
basically get a negative
lack of
credit
certainty
rating.
Lack of certainty about the rents and the.
So that creates a negative credit rating for the housing associations.
I understand the problem. I will make sure that we look into it, and obviously it is connected to the whole argument about the affordable rent model and how we can make it work for London. and we'll make sure that is fed into our approach.
Good, thank you.